The story of Solomon, the wise king who let his heart lead him. Once upon a time, a boy was born from a complicated story. His name was Solomon. He was the son of the powerful King David and a woman named Bathsheba. But this story began full of mistakes. David fell in love with Bathsheba even though she was already married to another man, a brave soldier named Uriah. To cover up his mistake, David sent Uriah to war, and he ended up dying. It was sad and wrong. After that, Solomon was born. He came into the world already carrying the weight of that story. But even so, God chose Solomon for something very special. He would be king and have a wisdom like no one had ever seen before. Solomon grew up in the palace, surrounded by gold, soldiers, and advice. But the most important thing he received was a request from God. God appeared to him in a dream and said, "Solomon, whatever you ask, I will give you." And guess what he asked for? He didn't ask for money, castles, or armies. He asked for wisdom, and God gave it to him. Soon, Solomon became famous for being super wise. One time, two women were fighting over a baby, each claiming to be the mother. Solomon did something unexpected. He ordered a sword to be brought and said the baby would be cut in half for each woman. One of the women cried out, "No, let her have the baby. Just don't hurt the child." And that's how Solomon discovered who the real mother was. All the people were amazed by his wisdom. Over time, Solomon became the most powerful king in the entire region. His kingdom was rich, peaceful, and he built the Temple of Jerusalem, a beautiful place made of precious stones and rare wood that came from a place called Tyre. The temple was a gift to God, a symbol of the people's faith. Solomon was also very smart in business. He made alliances with neighboring kingdoms like Egypt, Moab, Edom, Tyre. And to seal these deals, he married princesses from those lands. And that's when the problems began. He married many women, a lot, 700 wives and 300 concubines. That makes 1,000. These women came from different countries and believed in different gods. Over time, Solomon started listening too much to what they said and began building altars and temples for those foreign gods. He forgot God's advice, forgot the commandments, and started worshiping other gods like Ashtoreth, Moloch, and others. God was very sad. He had given Solomon everything: wisdom, power, peace. But Solomon used it to do what was wrong. God warned him many times, sent prophets to speak to him, but Solomon wouldn't listen. Then God said, "After you die, the kingdom will be divided. It won't happen in your time out of respect for your father, David." And that's exactly what happened. Did you enjoy this story? Then share with your friends. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up to help us bring more amazing content like this. Your support is very important so we can keep bringing new and inspiring stories. Let's spread this message together. But before we go on, how about join us on this journey? If you love learning more about the Bible and want to grow in faith, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, family, and church. Let's spread this truth far and wide. But before all that, much more happened. Solomon's fame spread far and wide, even reaching the ears of the Queen of Sheba, who lived very far away, possibly in Ethiopia. She wanted to see with her own eyes if that king was really so wise. She brought expensive gifts, gold, rare perfumes, precious stones, and traveled to Jerusalem. When she saw the palace, the temple, and especially when she spoke with Solomon, she was amazed. She asked many hard questions, and he answered them all with wisdom. The Queen of Sheba was so impressed that she said, "What I heard about you doesn't even compare to what I've seen. You are even wiser." Some stories say that she and Solomon had a son named Menelik, who later became a king in Africa, bringing with him traditions and teachings that changed that part of the world as well. Even with so much wisdom and glory, Solomon began to lose his way. Wealth and the desires of his heart began to speak louder. His wives influenced him, and he forgot to be faithful to God. He began to do things he knew were wrong. He left his faith behind. God tried to warn him once more. He allowed enemies to rise against him. One of them was Hadad from Edom, and another was Rezin from Syria. The kingdom began to face pressure, and Solomon began to see that the grand castle he had built with so much effort was starting to crack. When he was old, Solomon finally realized how far he had drifted from God. He wrote reflections in the book of Ecclesiastes, saying that everything we chase in this world, money, fame, pleasure, is like chasing the wind. He learned, too late, that none of it is worth more than obeying God. Solomon died, and his son Rehoboam became king. But just as God had warned, The people divided. The once united kingdom split in two, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And this division weakened everything. Did you enjoy the story? Then share with your friends. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up to help us bring more amazing content like this. Your support is very important so we can keep bringing new and inspiring stories. Let's spread this message together. But before we go on, how about join us on this journey? If you love learning more about the Bible and want to grow in faith, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share with your friends, family, and church. Let's spread this truth far and wide.